Hey, what's up, folks? This is Russ, also known as RKSlade, coming at you with solo win number 30 in Fortnite Battle Royale. You can see here we're headed right to Wailing Woods. We're looking for a chest. Don't see one in that corner, so we decide to abort. We head out to the forest. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going over here to see if I can find a gun in this little shack, and then we're going to head back in. What I was actually doing was the Search 7 Chest Challenge for the weekly challenge. And I've been landing at Wailing Woods exclusively for 2 days now. And we're trying to get those chests. In this particular match, obviously I didn't get it, but I decided to head back into the action. See if we could pick up a few kills, maybe get some resources, and then give it another shot. Now, this is one of those matches where I'm not expecting to do very much. Grabbing some wood here. You'll see why in just a second. I mean, it's always good to grab some resources, but you'll see why in a second. I actually just want to camp Wailing Woods and see if I can get a few kills. What I'm looking for here is just loot. And so, if I can kind of hang back and let everybody else fight it out, collect all the loot, and then I can kill the last person, that's good for me. M16 doing work. It's only a gray, but I still prefer the M16s over almost every other gun. You know, I'm definitely going to pick up a SCAR, purple or gold, but almost, if I have a blue M16, almost I'm willing to not pick up a purple SCAR. Because the M16 just seems to be so much more accurate at range. Now, obviously the SCARs do a lot of damage and can laser through folks when you hit your shots. There was a guy right there. I know there's one more person, at least one more person. I think he's the last one, but there's one more person in the maze there at Wailing Woods, and so I'm just, you can see, kind of flanking around, heading back to where I know the circle's going to be, thinking that maybe we can set up a little ambush here for him. So we build us a little duck blind, little hunting blind, if you will, and we just wait here. And in this game, I actually waited a really long time.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Still waiting. So we decided to go ahead and push on into the circle. Get out of the woods a little bit, see if we can catch them coming out of the woods. Visibility is tough in Wailing Woods. It's one of my least favorite places to play in this game. See here, I'm going to try to get up on a little bit more high ground, set up another little blind, make sure our backside is protected, and visibility is still pretty low here. I don't have a clue if this guy pushed up, you know, to the east.
Approximately 10 hours later.
To the northeast, out around Lonely. My guess is that he's headed around the backside to Lonely Lodge, so we're going to push over that way. Now, I'm not necessarily stalking this guy because I'm really not sure where he went, but I'm just kind of going with my gut instinct. This is one of those games where I didn't edit a whole lot out. I actually sped this up. This is running at 4x speed, which is why it looks a little nausea-inducing. Sorry for the motion sickness if it causes you that. But I wanted to leave almost every part of the game in so you could see actually how far I travel, what I do, how I pick up resources. You know, and we're just kind of rotating around here, spiraling, grabbing some brick, grabbing some wood, using the edge of the circle. At this point, there's only 17 people left. We spent a lot of time sitting at Wailing Woods waiting, doing nothing, and we only have 2 kills. I say only, I mean, that's like an average match for me. I get a lot of, well, I don't get a lot of wins, but a lot of my wins come from, you know, 1, 2, 3... 4 if I'm lucky kill matches, you know, so I'm not getting high kills. Alright, we just took a shot there. It was a sniper shot, still firing at me. Usually I slow down any kind of encounters I have. I do right here because it was just really just me running away, and I know the guy is out there to the south, 165. You can see him on the top of the hill there. We don't really have a decent ranged weapon. The crossbow will do in a pinch. It's got a scope on it, and I actually enjoy the crossbow. It's fun when you actually get a hit. Now, I do have that hunting rifle as well, but that's more of a medium range weapon. I don't care what Epic says. You're not going to make any super long shots with it unless you're just really lucky. That's my opinion, of course. There are folks that are hitting long shots with it, but I just can't seem to do it. For me, it seems to work a little bit better mid-range. Definitely not short range. Now we're getting close with those crossbow shots. He definitely knows he's taking fire, or else he would have, you know, stopped and stayed still. Not out in the open, but you know what I mean. Like, he's obviously running because he knows, geez, this guy is scoping me down. Or scoping me up. Or just scoping me. Scoping me out. I don't know. Whatever. But here you can see again, we're doing some running, We're into the top 10 right now. We definitely could use more resources for sure. Usually at this point in the game, I've got at least 300 wood and 300 bricks. That's my minimum that I like to have before going into the end game. 300 wood and 300 bricks gives me an opportunity to build at least one good brick base and a couple, you know, little smaller trenches that I would use just from moving from high ground to high ground in the circle. So you can see here, I'm trying to get that wood count up higher. And I'm trying not to bring all the trees down because I don't want to alert everybody in the area that I'm back there. Drop 5 people now, so it's final 5 here. I'm using the ridge as visual cover here. Still trying to get more wood. I see this in here. I'm like, I've got an empty slot. I might as well take a boogie bomb. Which is probably a bad idea for me because the second that I try to get fancy and, you know, throw a boogie bomb on somebody, I usually boogie bomb myself. You know, it just gets worse from there. We got an airdrop coming right on us. We're going to go ahead and get in position to scope it out a little bit. Switched out that pump for the tack. Just works better for me. Some folks can own with that pump. I'm just not one of those guys who can really do that. The tack works better for me because I can spray and pray. In this particular situation, I don't know why I didn't pick up the deagle. Woo, took a big shot from somebody right there. Not sure where, so we're going to get higher. Not high enough. This was kind of a dumb move here because if somebody just gets right on top of this roof right here, they can run right into me. So I should have built at least one layer higher. I knew the shot came from over there kind of west, so I was just thinking that the building was going to be my shield. But, you know, in retrospect, as we see this person coming up high here, you can see the folly of my ways. Thankfully, the tack worked well for me. See that in slow-mo. Didn't have to worry about the reload time. And check this out. We picked up 9999 brick, almost 999 wood. It's right there. For some reason, it won't pick it up when I walk over it. But we do switch out the gray M16 for a blue M16. Get set up. Now I don't have to worry about resources at all. This might be the most resources I've ever had in a solo game. Got 3 kills. We're setting up this base here. You might be wondering what I'm doing and why I'm doing it this way. Really no reason at all. I just have all these resources, so I'm just like, I'm going to build the biggest, most awkward, weird base that I can. And of course, we're going to protect ourselves with traps. If anybody comes in here with me, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 traps that they're going to have to deal with. I used them all in one place. Got our launch pad set up. Somebody started taking shots on us. We're down to the final 3, and so I decided to go ahead and jet and hopefully get that trap kill if they jumped in there. But that didn't really work out. So now we're going to build into the circle here. I missed my build there. It made me fall down low here, which is pretty unfortunate because I started getting wrecked right here. Kind of a panic shot there. This guy got me down to 1 health point. 1 health point, folks. It's over for me. The fat lady is beginning to warm up her voice. She's about to sing. It's over. And you might be wondering where I'm going here. The guy is right behind me. I put up a brick just hopefully to deter him a little bit. And I run back to my old base. And what I'm thinking as this is happening is that I need to get back to my launch pad. And so I knew it was up here. I ran out, you know, kind of back out of the circle. Most folks would say, why didn't you base up right where you were? You were in circle. You know, or at least really close. But at this point, I know I needed to heal. I didn't want to be fighting. I wanted to be away from the battle. And so I know most folks are thinking, let me get in the circle, let me get in the circle. My thought was, let me get out of the circle because I have plenty of time to heal up and come back over here to my base. We are running out of time now. The circle is going to start to close. But another thought that I had so many resources. I could have used the pancake method, which Rhino Crunch calls it, which would have been to build, you know, a sky base out from that other base over there. It would have been anchored outside of the storm. I would have been above everybody. It was a pretty decent thought. The guy that I'm fighting is in the house. He comes out of the house. He just built up under my base there. He took one of the walls out by shooting it. I still have the high ground. I know if I fall, it's not going to be too bad. So what we're going to do here is now kind of start a little bit of a sky base. I decided not to do that because he's right below me. And there you go. Purple tack to the head. That'll do it, folks. That is Victory Royale number 30. Super stoked about that. We got it here. You can see we got 4 kills, 38% accuracy, which is actually really good. 23 headshots there. So we did work when we needed to do work. 30. Next milestone is 40. My name is Russ, also known as RKSlade. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for those comments, likes, and subscribes, and I'll see you in the next video.